What? I
Should we
see
start?
something on the tip of your tongue.
Well, I was gonna say Ti and Tiny because
Oh,
that's
perfect. Tip.
okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you go ahead and open this up because my mind is all over the place and I just want to, yeah, let's just give them a synopsis
Okay.
of what
Well,
happened.
some of y'all may have heard that Ti and Tiny are in, hot water for apparently having some sexual, allegedly is what we're going to say, having some sexual altercations with some people. I don't know. I know everything started from this one girl, I forget her name. Uh she claims that Ti put a gun on her while I think she was working for Ti and Tiny or something. I don't know, but this is how this all started, was that she claimed that Tip pulled out a gun on her um in front of everyone and nobody did anything, and she somehow went viral with this information. From her going viral, 15 other women apparently stepped forward and said that they were put into compromising situations with Ti and Tiny. Apparently some of these people were having like threesomes with them, and some of them reported that they were like under the influence, they weren't coherent, and they still had sexual relations with Tiny and Ti. All right. Now I am choosing my word. I don't know what words to say here because
Allegedly, we
I
do
am
need
going
to
to say
throw out
allegedly,
allegedly.
but I also don't know. I should look it up actually, because I don't know if it's downright rape they're accusing them of, or I know the first girl said it was more like assault. Like she felt like he assaulted her, was violent towards her, and no one basically did anything. Um, Child, I don't know, but we do know that they have admitted to having like threesomes and looking for women to bring into their bedroom. But a lot of other people do as well in Atlanta, especially. Um, that's a hot thing out there. It's just like crazy wild group sex apparently. It's been a
Culture.
topic on Housewives of Atlanta for a while now, because we all remember when, you know, Portia claimed that no, not Phaedra. Portia
Candy
claimed that Candy had a sex dungeon,
dungeon
and
and
tried to drug her and get her to do a threesome. And then she
yeah.
admitted she kissed Candy because she was drunk. And so it gets messy when you bring other people into your bedroom. Um, and it's really messy for Ti and Tiny because they allegedly have 15 women who are claiming all types of shit.
Yeah. So my take on it is very simple. Um we are in a climate now where it's no surprise that news spreads way faster than it did back in the 90s, early 2000s, and prior to. Meaning you had to wait for certain publications to pick the story up, and then it went through a whole process. And by the time you read about it, it was really old news, really. So, now I can be in a restaurant and literally take my phone out. And if I see Ti kissing some random chick, I can record it, upload it to my Instagram, and it goes viral, right? So there's I guess my point that I'm making is just we live in a very, very smart and sophisticated technology
Mm-hmm.
uh, based, climate where you just can't allow yourself to continue to get caught up in situations like this. I don't know what the protections are. I don't know what the safety guards are, because I'm not famous. I haven't had a threesome with my husband. And so I don't know what that looks like. What I will say is that I know Candy and Todd, they do use NDAs. We've heard Beyonce and Jay-Z, they will use NDAs. Um,
They've been doing threesome?
not
Beyonce and
well, what I'm
Jay-Z?
saying is like,
Whoa. I'm
let
like,
me
I missed
rephrase
that
that.
tea.
So
Oh.
if there's any kind of business deals that Beyonce and Jay-Z are
Oh,
doing,
shoot.
we have heard from other celebrities and other people, hey, we had to sign something, basically to, keep this discreet. We can't talk about this. We can't go into detail about it. But
I
as it
mean, but
relates,
let me just throw out here, an NDA is not going to save you from sexual assaults, which is what these women are claiming.
No, but what I'm
I'm
saying
just
is that
throwing that out
really,
there.
yeah. Well, the assault part of it is one thing, but what I'm saying is, as far as like the secrecy of like the threesomes and people talking about all these different things, Candy and Todd, they activate NDAs, and the only thing that we've really heard is from Portia mentioning what she
You're
said.
basing this off of last week's episode of Housewives of Atlanta, right? When Candy said she made
But
them sign
but what
NDAs.
I'm saying is that we haven't heard anybody come.
I'm just asking you. That's what you're getting this from, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm also, but what I'm saying, I guess my point is that even if they didn't say it, and well, I guess now that we know that they've said it, we haven't heard anything crazy about 20, 15, 10 people. We heard something from Portia, and that was really detrimental to Candy because she was like, alleging all these horrific things, essentially saying like she date raped her and all these other things. So I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
but since that, we haven't really heard of like all these people. And Candy will tell you, yeah, we've had all these people, or we have fun. We like to have fun. So I guess there's something that's broken in the T.I. and Tiny household. And if in fact these are true allegations, as far as I don't really care about the threesomes, do what you want to do. But if it is, some sexual assault or some assault going on or any type of anything like that, guns being, brought into the equation when T.I. is really not supposed to have guns. I don't think he's a felon, right? Then that's an issue. And I don't really know how to safeguard that. But at the end of the day, you guys are celebrities. You guys are hot targets. You guys are hot topics. And you have to do better with the people that you interact with in that way, because clearly they are putting your business all the way out there. And even though I don't know what's true, what's not true, 15 people's a lot of people to just be like, all of them are lying, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that too. It seems like a class action suit or some shit. I don't know. They
I don't
got a lot of
know. I
shit to
don't know
deal
what's
with.
true, what's not true, but I'm just saying
But these allegations been circling around for a minute. And I hate to say it, but Tiny does seem like the type of woman that will do anything to keep her man. Like, I just feel like if he wanted to do some crazy shit, she'd be down to do some crazy shit because I just feel how much she wants to keep that man around. I think anyone can. Um, I just think that's obvious.
Yeah.
So this is also some tea. I don't know if y'all remember back a few years ago when Black China name had came up involving T.I. and Tiny. This old tweet has resurfaced from Rob Kardashian because when he and Black China were going through their public fights and arguments, apparently, T.I. jumped into the conversation. And this is what Rob had, responded to T.I. with. He says, since T.I. want to chime in on business that doesn't concern him, let's talk about the threesome you had with China and your baby mama Tiny. Don't speak on my daughter when you having threesomes with young Chai and Tiny. I put that on my daughter's life since you want to speak on my daughter. Damn shame. China told me everything about your threesomes with you, her, and Tiny. You got no moves, bro. So this was like from 2017 or 16 that Rob had, posted. And it's just interesting his choice of words because he even says with young China and Tiny. So it's just how young was she? Shit, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just know now all these allegations coming up, and all I know is what's done in the dark comes out in the light. So this may have went over people's head 4 or 5 years ago, but look what's happening now.
facts.
So
More to, I'm sure the rest of the world will be following this story, specifically the Shade Room. So more details on this to come, because I highly doubt this is over unless they come to a settlement.
Worth it to me. Like the threesome thing, we've seen this come up time and time again with the third party, throwing people's business in the street. Like you said, maybe the NDA will save you, but now we got, sexual allegations. When Portia got caught, oh no, I was drugged to do it. It's a sex dungeon. I didn't want to just fuck y'all. Like, come on, man. I don't even see it being worth it to have a threesome. Like at this point in age, it's bringing other people into your marriage where you guys may have an understanding, but this third party who's not tied to either one of y'all, they could switch up at any moment, any day, anytime. You know what I'm saying? It just, opportunity cost, man. You got to weigh out the pros and the cons. I just don't personally
Especially
see.
when you got something to lose and you
Yeah.
deal with somebody else who don't have nothing to lose. If you're gonna do something, you need to be dealing with another like a Jada or hell, even Black China. I can't say that we really even heard this from her mouth, but at the end of the day, she came in with her own bags potentially. And I'm just saying, if you're going to, you probably should mess with people who also have something to lose. And I'm not saying that,
At the very least, yeah.
at the very least,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we've all, like you said, we've all seen these stories where it
Every
really could have started out consensual and everybody was down, because I don't really know a lot of people who probably wouldn't entertain having a threesome with T.I. and Tiny if they're into it, because it's like, oh, it's T.I., that's Tiny,
crazy.
whatever. But then, 2 months from now, I'm down on my rent and I'm like,
Well, I'm so glad you just mentioned that when you said I don't know many people who wouldn't, because Shakana, what's her name?
Shakana Joe.
She made it clear. So Shakana was trying to help her folks out.
She did not help her at all.
Made it worse. Okay. She basically confirmed that this girl, she confirmed that the first lady who made the first allegation, she was like, see, you went to go pick up the girls for them to fuck. So why you ain't talking about that? Because you used to be the one to go pick up the girls. Okay. So Shakana, after getting backlash from going live about that, she got back on live and had a breakdown, started crying. She said, I don't get down like that. I ain't never had no threesome with Tiny. I don't talk to her like that. She said, we are sisters. We don't talk about stuff like that. We don't even talk about sex like that. And I'm like, Shakana, well, how did you know the girl went to go pick up the third girl? Okay, but you don't talk about shit like that. Sure. She wants no parts of it now. Shakana wants no parts of it
because it got bigger than what she
gotten bigger.
That she thought. I think she really, honestly, probably did think that she was coming in to set the record straight, but because she is who she is, she needed to have somebody there with her that was like, no, before you get on air, this isn't gonna help. Like, what is the objective here? Like, what is the objective? Because now you didn't put more of the details that are out there, which is too much. Like
now it's confirmed.
Like, why do we know all this? Why we didn't?
Yeah, Shakana's Tiny's bestie, so she confirmed that y'all had fucking recruiters, multiple recruiters picking up these girls in busload of shit is what I heard. I heard y'all had filling out applications. Like, okay, yes, I do this, and when I get down, yes.
Exactly.
I heard all of that. That's what I heard.
Yep. Exactly. So
this is gonna get interesting, y'all. I feel like it may go all the way to court, to be honest. Because even T.I., when he made some public claims and basically called it fake news. He said everything that he did with these women were consensual. So just to put that on the record, he says, he's denying all of this. We haven't heard anything from Tiny as of yet. I think that's best. I think they just need to let their lawyer talk for them.
Yeah, I don't think
it is getting serious.
Tiny needs to come out and say anything at this point. I really feel like what's his name? T.I. could have not said anything and let a representative say something, but then again, it was kind of like, well, he is T.I. and he's not necessarily about that shit. Like, he's got to get shit off his chest. But and my thing is, and here's the sad part. He's sad part
in the comments. Like, no one believes him.
And the sad thing is that I think you've said this in a previous podcast. I can't remember what it was. But it was almost something to the extent of, or I don't know where I heard this from, but it was like, a lot of times women do things based on their men and what they like. And rarely do you find a woman who is happy with her man that's like wanting to just come up out of nowhere and be like, hey, I want to entertain another woman into our relationship. So with that being said, unfortunately, my belief is that a lot of this has been brought on by her husband, T.I., and she, due to the fact that she just kind of goes along with things, it's implicated her in ways that she
if this was up to her, she wouldn't be in these situations anyway, off
Oh, no,
off
no,
her
no, no,
own
no.
idea. So that's what sucks. So it's
I
like,
told no, she is like I said, she is the type of woman who will do anything for her man.
yeah,
So that's on her. Like if you know something is wrong and you still gonna do it because you're hoping this is the one thing that finally keeps him coming back, come on, man. You have to take responsibility for that. Like I don't give Tiny no excuses or passes. You know, she's older than Ti. If she was introduced to this world before Ti was, you know what I'm saying? Like she was famous before he was. I just feel like there comes a point in time where you got to stand for something.
right,
And if she wanted to do this shit, she wanted to do it.
right.
I just feel like it's obvious with all the things Tiny's done. I'm not gonna like downplay like I'm not gonna bash like plastic surgery and shit because I don't find nothing wrong with plastic surgery, but the whole thing with like the eye color and then her daughter getting the eye switching the eye color because her mom got it and then the daughter, Zanique
Mm,
had to take out the eye color. It's just bad influence all around. I just feel like Tiny don't respect or love herself, like, and it shows to
right.
me. So I'm not surprised that she could get drugged and this happens to women every single day. They will go to jail for some shit their boyfriend did or their man did because they allowed it or they went along with it because they wanted to please him.
Yes.
And that just strikes me as her, unfortunately.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the sad thing is too is that, you know, when people find themselves in these type of situations where it's almost kind of like at a certain point you should know better. Like in the beginning, it's like, okay, shame on me, your shame on you, like, for loving you and doing what I'm supposed to do. And maybe I forgave you for something, but yet you did it again. And it's kind of like,
Right.
okay, now we're married now. So and we have kids. So now I may rethink something. But if you're like years and years and years and years and years and years
It's been
into
like
a
what, 25
situation,
years? Like they've been together for a long time.
they've been together for a long time, and I just feel as though things have gotten worse. And a lot of times I think two people stay for the money. Well, we know that's part of it, and the fame or whatever else comes with it. And one of the things that I want to say is a lot of times that stuff highlights who people already are. So you may feel like, when I was down and you were broke, you didn't have anything, I deserve to be here, I deserve to enjoy some of these fruits that I've helped you, get. So I'm going to stay here. And basically you're competing with other women in terms of like proving to other people, not to yourself, not to your
Mhm.
your self-esteem and all those kind of things, but you're trying to prove to all these other people that, like, no, I'm the chosen one, I'm the one that helped him, I'm the one reaping the benefits, I'm the wife, I'm but at the end of the day, what does that say about you when the person that you have made vows to is not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at? It's just it's bigger than just you should know better. Like we're talking about self-esteem issues. We're talking about your self-worth. You disrespect yourself literally every single time you go back to somebody who has humiliated you. I don't care what it is. A man can see straight through that. A man knows when he can get over on you. They do. They know. They're like, oh, I'm with somebody who she ain't going nowhere. That
Absolutely.
doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So Ti knows he's not gonna lose her. So what is he doing right now? He's just saving face. Hey, Tamika, she is a good woman. She would never do anything like this. She's hurt. She's da da da. And it's kind of like, save the drama, save the speech, shut the fuck up, because you're just as guilty, if not more, than she is. Nothing you're saying right now, I'm sorry, I don't believe anything that he says, because I'm just like,
No.
you know, just
Ti thinks because he says a lot of big
big
words that
words.
he's just automatically correct or right about everything. I can't stand that about him because
It's
he does that on purpose. Like,
he tries to belittle you. He tries to, what do you call it? It's almost kind of like patronizing, but it's another word that I'm trying to look for. But it's not funny. It's not, I don't look at you as like, oh my God, he's so educated. Or, his clapback was so educated. It's like, no, you're just using big words to try to
for
throw us
no
off.
reason though. Like you're not even saying them in context. Like you he says unnecessarily big
He says way
words.
too many words that don't need to be there. Okay.
All these pauses, talking hella slow. Like,
Yes.
dude,
Yes. Yes. So who knows? More to come on that story, but make sure that
we
I
will
don't care if
keep
you're a
you
man or
posted.
a woman, know your self-worth and you know, go find some confidence about yourself.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah. And it's stop ruining y'all lives over sex, bruh. Like, it's not that serious. Like,
No.
I'm just so tired of all these. It's always another Me Too, a sexual allegation. This, we got the whole damn Raz B, Chris Stokes,
Oh
all
God.
that shit's
That's a
coming
whole
out,
rabbit hole.